Hello, my beautiful women. Today I have a very slow, cozy, comfy day. And since we have our challenge where I'm filming videos every day on YouTube during 2 weeks, I decided that I'm gonna still film it, even if right now I do not feel such a need in sharing and giving all of my energy, insights, and thoughts. Since I already promised to myself that I'm gonna do this, I'm still going to. The thing is that right now I'm in this period of my cycle when it's winter. So I'm really calming down. I really want to just be by myself in my own thoughts, writing my diary, getting some new information, and just like really relaxing, reflecting on my life, on everything I did for the past days, for the past months. I think it's very important for every woman to accept all of parts of your cycle. As yesterday we discussed in my previous video, that when you do not feel energy, when you in a different state of mind, it's fine. It should not always be very active, like crazy, a lot of opportunities, a lot of situations, like overstimulated. It's absolutely fine to have different thoughts, to have different moods, different states of mind. Every woman who is watching right now this video, I just want to legalize your feeling and just show you and tell you that it's absolutely okay sometimes to be down, but it's not really that. It's not down. It's just like you restoring, you recharging, and it's an amazing period every month, every year, every day. You should not be scared of that, and yeah, this is absolutely okay. So for the past 4 months, I'm doing this YouTube channel. I'm also posting on Instagram every day, a lot of reels. And I started to see results only the past month, because in July I posted more than 100 reels, and only in July finally I understood what type of content I want to share, who am I, what I'm talking about, what type of people, what type of women I want to attract. And you cannot imagine how grateful I feel and how amazing I feel that I finally did something for a very long time. I was disciplined. I had this big reason why I'm supposed to make all of those videos. Like, I never slip up even once, and for me it's amazing. For me it's a very important lesson that I could do anything in this world. If I want to do it, I'm just going, making the plan, and actually commit to it and do it. Even if I see that something does not working good, even if I see that some reels getting me like 100, 200 views, even if I see that some people are not agreeing with me and, for example, hating in the comments, all of those external things, I do not care. And this is amazing that for this blog, for this opening to the external world and creating my page and just sharing information, sharing my thoughts, my opinions, saying to the world that I exist the way I am, that creating this blog is such a personal work, like it's such a spiritual growth that I experienced those few past months. And if you're thinking about starting something new, creating a business, starting a blog, anything that comes to your mind, just please start, because trust me, all of those external problems and issues are nothing compared to this feeling of gratitude. And when you actually finish something, when you see results of the seeds that you planted few months ago, like few years ago, it's amazing. This feeling of actually seeing how the product of your own thought is alive, and this product somehow is getting bigger. Like my blog right now gets around 100 real people every day, and this is such a this is amazing. I feel so good. I feel so grateful. I feel very proud of myself, because all of these months before, I did not see results at all. Like, I would not have followers, I would not have views, I would not have any feedback, and I would still go and do. So with this video, I just honestly want to motivate you, want to give you some food for thought, that whatever you start doing, just do it till you see the results, because there is a specific system when you start doing anything in your life. So first, you get super motivated, you have a lot of energy, as we talked yesterday and previous videos as well, that energy comes to a request. So when you have a request, I want to make a blog, or like I want to start cooking, or I want to start doing dance classes, or I want to open a business, or I want to make $1 million, does not matter. Like any request you have, when you form this request in your head, universe hears you, and it's like, okay, there's the energy for this specific request. So you get energy, you get motivation, you get inspiration, you have so much, like power to do so, like you're so excited, you like warmed up for so long, and now you're finally ready to go and to take action. This is the first step. After you take action in a long time, 1, 2, 3, 5 days, months, depends, you see that nothing is really working. By nothing working, it's honestly an amazing progress, because you, before starting doing this, whatever thing you started to do, and you now, it's a crazy progress that you do, that you might not see, that you might not measure with the outside results, for example, followers or money in business or something else. The way you change, the way you grow, the way you reflect on yourself, the way you resolve different issues and obstacles on your way, it's amazing. This is a new thing that you learned, and most of the people do not see those things, so they just go all the way down to the dopamine hole. This is the second stage of the whole cycle of doing something and succeed in something. So most of the people stop at this second stage because they did not see any results, nothing really worked. Till this moment, all the motivation, all the energy is kind of out already, because you all this time were driven by this idea, by this energy, and now it's kind of down, because all this time you were just giving, and you did not receive any feedback, you did not receive, like, there was not energy exchange there. So you're like, okay, maybe it's not my thing, maybe it's not a right thing to do, what am I doing, this kind of dumb, this business idea is stupid, or like, why did I even started this blog, like no one really cares about what I'm talking, blah 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 blah. So all of those external feedbacks and like external opinions start affecting your goals, start affecting you from the inside. Like, instead of thinking that something is wrong with the outside and maybe the right people still did not find your blog, or maybe the business is not working yet because you have to learn new processes, and it's absolutely fine. Instead of thinking like that, you have this mindset of putting yourself as the biggest problem and saying that something is wrong in me. That's why the world, that's why the universe, that's why the society is not giving me the right feedback that I wanted. It's not giving me the expectations that I put on all of them, because I just wanted to become a successful blogger or a successful businessman. Why world does not react? So most of the people stop right there, and they're like, oh, okay, there's no reaction, I'm not going to do this anymore, and find a lot of million, trillion excuses and reasons why to not continue and why to not actually make this happen. And only people who get to the third stage, when they become stable, when they go through this stage that nothing is clear and it's very like vulnerable, and you do not really know if it's going to work out, you do not see any results, you do not see any feedbacks. When you in this dopamine hole, instead of hating this dopamine hole, instead of hating this period of your life when nothing works out, you have to like it, because you have to understand that after this dopamine hole, every time, it does not matter what you do, it does not matter in what area, in what industry you want to succeed, it's always like it's working the same. Like, this is the same cycle for anything that you do in your life. So you have to be happy that this dopamine happening, that this dopamine hole is happening right now to you, because that means that very soon you're gonna get back on track and it's gonna be stable, because you already went for this period of like feeling uncomfortable and not being okay with the feedback that world does not give you, that means it's gonna end soon and you're gonna come back stable. You're gonna find all of those bases and all of those things that you can rely on inside of yourself. You're not gonna look at your followers, you're not gonna look at how many views you got, you're not gonna look at like how much money you're making like in the first month, for example, in your business. You're not looking at all of those external things. You rely on yourself and you rely on your own base values and your own goals and on your own wishes that you wanted to achieve. Most of the people do not go for the second stage. They just lie down in the dopamine hole, just never move from it and never progress. When I started my blog a few months ago, I had this feeling for so long, like my emotional state would be so vulnerable because one day I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm so cool, like I got 10 20k views, and other day I would not get views at all, and my emotional state, my goals and like my direction would somehow depend so much on the feedback from the world. Like I could have stopped already a million times. Even right now I'm filming this video, I might not film it and be like, no, you don't have to film it, you don't really know about what to talk, blah blah blah, like you're tired, let's not do that. But I am doing it right now. I'm in the moment, in the flow right now with you. I'm talking for 10 minutes, I already feel the flow, I already want to share so much. And when I started making this video, I was not really into the flow. And here's the main key, here's the main quality that you really have to work on in yourself to be happy about the dopamine hole, because that means the next stage is coming very soon. And on this next stage, you're gonna rely more on yourself, you're gonna rely on your goal, and it does not matter how the world replies to you. You're still thinking about your goal, you're thinking about your big reason why, and you are focusing on your internal world, your inner voice, your inner goal, and you do not change this direction depending on other people's opinion, depending on how other people react, depending on like whatever they say. This should not touch you, this should not bother you at all. Because trust me, when you actually get to this sweet next step, when the world finally sees you because you went for this test of like, how much do you really want to make this blog? How much do you really want to be famous? Or like, how much do you really want to be successful with your business? Let's see. And when you pass this test of let's see, when you do everything, does not matter what other people say, does not matter any circumstances. When you do so and accomplish this second step, amazing things start happening to you. First of all, you growing spiritually a lot because you went for this second stage, which was probably the most uncomfortable one because you do not see any feedback. You, like all of us human beings, we are social animals. We are social people. Like for us, it's very important to be in a society and be a part of it, be a part of some group. So when all of those groups are not accepting us and are not seeing us, so we're like kind of invisible, of course it's very hurtful for us. Of course our first signal and our first reflect is, okay, maybe we should not do this anymore because people around us do not understand us, people around us do not accept us in this group. So when you go through all of those things, your spiritual growth is amazing because you find so many things inside of you, like you're relying on so many things inside of you. You're choosing yourself. You choose to decide from your inner world. You choose to decide anything from your inner voice and from your goals. And this is amazing. This is what I went through for the past months, and it made me so much more powerful. I'm creating this inner base, fundamental base of who I am. What are my goals? What are my wishes? What I want? What are my opinions? When you do something and show this to the world, it's amazing how it creates you, and all of those seeds that you're planting and you're thinking that nothing really happens, trust me, there's a lot of things happening inside of you. There's a lot of work that you do spiritually that is going to grow into amazing flowers, amazing trees after, because this helps you not only in doing your blog or making your business, this helps you in the whole life. From that, you're gonna make very good decisions. You're always gonna live the life you want and the life you wish for, because it's coming from the inside. All of your choices are made from the inside, and etc, etc. Like, there's only pluses and benefits from doing this and from going and try something new and be okay and fine with this loser position, with this zero level in the specific area and specific field, because you just started. So you should be fine with being a newbie. Second, which is also very important, is that you actually start receiving feedback, because universe understood that, okay, she was serious about it. She really wanted to be famous. She really wanted to have a blog, or like she really wanted to make this business happen. And like whatever situations we gonna give her to become better, to actually handle this business that she wanted, to actually handle this capacity of money that she wanted, to actually handle this number of followers, for example, this number of famous capacity. So now we know that she's ready to do so. That's why we're gonna get her to the next level, which is step number 3. And there you start receiving feedback. It's like a little snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Something works, something doesn't, but at least now you do not treat any obstacles like problems or something that is a sign for you to not do so. You treat them as a very important part of the way, because if you are not going for those obstacles, if you do not know how to handle them, you're not going to become this next version of yourself that is actually ready for things that you wish for. Like, if your goal is to create a nice business right now, you do not have this business. So probably the version of you right now is not capable of handling this business. So that's why when you ask, okay, I want business, I want to make like $1 million a month, it does not happen with you immediately, because you do not know how to handle that. That's why when you ask about it, universe is like, oh, okay, we can do that, but for you to become this next version of yourself that could handle this much money, this much capacity, this much opportunities, this much responsibilities, we're gonna give you a lot of different problems and obstacles that you're gonna go through, so you can become this version of yourself that is able to handle that. So the same with my blog. When I had 0 followers, I did not know what to do. I did not know how to show myself in my blog. I had a lot of fears about like, what if other people gonna think something about me? What if I'm gonna look dumb? What if like what if whatever? I went through all that, so now I know who I am, what's going on. I position myself and I know what to show, what to not show, what I like, what I don't like. I became more kind of alive in my blog on Instagram, and also even here on YouTube. That's amazing, because this was the moment when people started to follow me. This was the moment when they were like, oh, okay, now it's interesting. Because when I just started, I had 0 knowledge about that. I had 0 understanding of what's going on. I was on level 0. And now I'm, let's say, on level 10th already. And I'm capable to handle this capacity of like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, maybe 50K followers. And my closest goal is 100K. So for me to get this 100K, I have to go through all of those obstacles, for that dopamine hole that we were talking about. Like, I have to understand and learn a lot about myself during this way, during this journey, to actually get to this point where I have what I want. So the moral of the story, do not be scared to start anything. Be ready for the dopamine hole. It's absolutely normal, and be happy to have it and live in it in this state, because always remember that after that it comes stable. You know more about what's going on. You're ready to go to the next level. You have all of the instruments after this dopamine hole, because during this hole, you learning so much about yourself, about the industry, about whatever goal you made and put for yourself. Trust me, it's going to be better and better. Don't forget that most of the people stop at this second step, at this dopamine hole, and this is what gives you honestly a lot of benefits, because if you go through, the competition would be way lower, because there are very little percentage of people who actually go through that and just do. Like, if you think about it, there's nothing hard in this world. Like, hard and easy does not exist. What exists is, it's not hard. It's just like something that you don't know how to do yet. Because some people, for example, let's say a doctor that does operation on heart every day, it's not hard for him. It might be hard for me because I never learned about it. Like, I did not know what to do, but it's not hard for him. So the same action, the same situation, the same goal for you might be hard, not because it's actually hard for everyone. It's just because you don't know how to do it yet. If you want it to be easy for you, go and learn, just handle it, and you'll see how everything in your world, in your reality, would stop being hard. It would just be that some activities, some actions, some goals, you just don't know how to get there yet. So like, learn how to get to them. And that would be something that you already have and learn, and you already have it inside of you, you already have it in your background, and you can use those instruments to go further in life and get what you want. Okay, that was amazing. I'm so glad I filmed it. We have less than a week together of everyday challenge. So I guess I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna have different energy and different mood, who knows? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing day and a beautiful present moment. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Bye bye.